Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, do well to subscribe, comment, share, like this video, and also press the notification bell so that each time I post a video you get notified. In today's menu, guys, we have Greiss with arrow. So I'm going to be cooking arrow today. Arrow is from the southwest region, especially from the Manyu division. So I'm going to show you guys how we do cook arrow today. Stay tuned, guys. Now in front of me here we have the different ingredients to put into a pot of arrow. So I'm going to start with the fire. Here I have intestines and towel from beef already pre-cooked. I have my bonga fish. I have my grinded crayfish, partly grinded crayfish. It shouldn't be too smooth. I have my snails, and I have some 2 cubes of pepper. And I have my cow skin. I have palm oil. This is the arrow itself, already washed. And instead of using water leaf, I'm going to be using spinach. Yeah. So I'm also going to be cooking it with grease, some grease. Now I have my seasoning cubes and some salt. So all these things are going to get into the pot of arrow. So stay tuned, guys, to watch how we do make arrow, Cameroonian arrow. So now I allow the liver, I allow the towel and the intestine to boil while preparing the other ingredients. Also, my cow skin is pre-cooked, so I'm going to cook it for another extra 30 minutes while the towel and the intestines also cook for 15 more minutes. Okay, now guys, I'm going to pour in my snails and my pepper, and I'm going to stir for it to boil. So now I'm going to add in some seasoning cubes. And I'm going to stir. And I'm going to cover for 30 minutes. Okay guys, now I'm putting in my bonga fish, and you stir. You see, so I'm gonna cover for 15 minutes. Let it boil for 15 minutes. Okay guys, now to save time while your particulars are on the fire cooking, you pour in your spinach on an empty pot, and you stir before adding in your arrow. So now I'm stirring the spinach. This one is for those of us that are abroad, that due to one or two of us circumstances, your particulars may not get ready on time because either the cow skin is too hard, or the intestines are strong, or the liver is strong to get ready. So while it's on the fire, you just put your spinach on another pot, and you begin to stir. So you let this be like for 5 minutes on the fire before putting in your arrow. Okay, so guys, right now we're going to start putting in our arrow leaf. So I bore a hole in the middle, and I'm going to shred this arrow like this. Normally, arrow leaf is what the Nigerians call okasi, if I'm not mistaken. In Cameroon, we call it arrow. This is a traditional dish from Manyu division. That's the Bayangi people. It's the traditional dish. So it's not a dish from the northwest, it's a traditional dish from the southwest. Manyu division, that's Mamfe. So after shredding the arrow into parts, I'm going to start stirring for it to have a proper mix. So normally it's not always easy mixing the arrow into the pot. I'm going to try my best to mix for it to mix all. Normally back home where we have everything organic, after cooking your meat and your particulars, you just have to mix everything into the pot of meat. But since the meat here is taking a lot of time to get ready, I'm going to do this, put everything in. I'm going to pour in the meat last. My particulars will be the last thing that will get into my pot. As you can see, I'm struggling for it to have a good mix. Okay, so now I kept a little bit of my arrow and I'm going to finish shredding it. So guys, continue mixing till you have a good mixture, till you stop seeing the spinach on top, because they're always gonna overshadow this spinach in this pot. Yes, so you mix properly. For some people, if they find difficulty in mixing, they're just gonna pour in their oil, because when you put in your palm oil, everything is gonna mix properly before they start putting in other ingredients. So make sure you mix properly. Okay guys, so we got a good mix here. So right now I'm going to put in some palm oil. I'm putting it in the middle so that it's going to get all over the pot. Well, it depends on the people who eat the food. Some people might like a lot of oil and others might not. So I'm just going to put a little quantity. Okay, let's see how it goes here. So after putting in your oil, you're still going to mix again. Yeah. Still mix. You mix and you see if the quantity is okay. If it's not okay, then you're going to add more oil. For me, I have a very big pot of arrow here, so that quantity is going to be small. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've gotten the mix here, but the oil is very small, so I'm going to add more oil into my pot. Yeah. Okay, so now guys, I'm gonna be putting my seasoning cubes. Be very careful because arrow, the least mistake you make is gonna get too sweet and you'll be unable to eat the arrow. So make sure, be careful with your quantity that you put into your pot. So I'm gonna stir again for it to mix. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start by pouring in my cow skin. I stir, make sure it goes round. Okay, followed by this, the rest of the particulars, guys. Guys, now your pot of arrow is almost getting ready, so I'm mixing now for everything to mix thoroughly. Okay guys, so now this is what we have here. So I just put in my crayfish. So now I'm putting in a little bit of salt again for it to mix thoroughly, and one more seasoning cube, and that's it. So now what you need to do is just to mix. Okay guys, this is what we have as our final product. Your pot of arrow is ready. So everything inside here is cooked. In order for you to maintain your green leaves, the green color, do not let it overcooked on the fire. So right now the arrow is set. Okay guys, so we are done with the arrow, and now we are cooking the grease. So this is what we call grease. So I just mixed it with cold water and use the wicks to whisk it round. Now it's on the fire and I'm stirring. So you're going to stir till you have some thick consistency.